Hi, and welcome to our video. In this episode of Character Profiles, we will be delving into the character Peter Pan. If you like this content, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. Peter Pan, the boy who wouldn't grow up. In the realm of timeless fantasy and childhood wonder, few characters capture the imagination quite like Peter Pan, the mischievous, eternally youthful boy who soars through the skies of Neverland. Created by Scottish novelist J.M. Barrie and immortalized in Disney's 1953 animated classic, Peter Pan has become a cultural icon, embodying the carefree spirit of youth and the bittersweet allure of never growing up. At first glance, Peter Pan appears to be the epitome of boyhood joy and adventure. With his tousled reddish-brown hair, impish grin, and forest green outfit adorned with a jaunty feather in his cap, Peter cuts a dashing figure as he flies effortlessly through the air, crowing triumphantly and engaging in swashbuckling duels with his nemesis, Captain Hook. His very essence seems to radiate fun and freedom, unburdened by the cares and responsibilities of the adult world. Peter's most defining characteristic is his steadfast refusal to grow up. This isn't merely a childish whim, but a fundamental aspect of his being, shaping every facet of his personality and driving his actions throughout the story. For Peter, the prospect of adulthood is not just unappealing, it's downright terrifying. He views the world of grown-ups as a place of rules, responsibilities, and worst of all, a loss of magic and wonder. This fear of maturation manifests in Peter's carefree attitude and his constant pursuit of adventure and excitement. He lives wholly in the present, with little regard for consequences or long-term planning. This approach to life is both liberating and dangerous, allowing Peter to experience the purest joys of childhood, but also leaving him emotionally stunted and incapable of truly deep or lasting relationships. One of Peter's most remarkable abilities is his power of flight. Unlike his fairy companion Tinker Bell, who relies on her wings, Peter's flight seems to be a product of sheer willpower and belief. His famous declaration that all it takes is faith and trust and a little bit of pixie dust encapsulates the magical thinking that governs Peter's world. This ability to defy gravity becomes a potent metaphor for Peter's rejection of the heavy concerns of adulthood and his embrace of lightness and freedom. Peter's relationship with Tinker Bell, his diminutive fairy companion, is one of the most complex and intriguing aspects of his character. Tinker Bell's fierce loyalty and obvious romantic feelings for Peter are met with a mix of affection and obliviousness on his part. Peter clearly cares for Tinker Bell, relying on her magic and companionship, but he seems incapable of reciprocating her deeper emotions. This dynamic highlights Peter's emotional immaturity and his inability to fully grasp or engage with more adult forms of love and attachment. The arrival of Wendy Darling and her brothers in Neverland presents Peter with a new type of relationship, one that challenges his established worldview and forces him to confront aspects of growing up that he's long avoided. Peter is initially drawn to Wendy because she represents a motherly figure, someone who can tell stories and mend pockets. However, as their adventure progresses, Peter begins to experience stirrings of more complex emotions, hinting at the possibility of romantic feelings that he's ill-equipped to understand or express. Peter's interactions with Wendy serve as a catalyst for some of the story's most poignant moments, as we see glimpses of the vulnerable boy beneath the cocky exterior. When Wendy talks about her parents or the prospect of returning home, Peter's bravado falters, revealing a deep-seated loneliness and fear of abandonment. These moments of vulnerability make Peter a more relatable and sympathetic character, adding depth to what could otherwise be a one-dimensional portrayal of eternal boyhood. One of Peter's most defining traits is his unwavering confidence, bordering on arrogance. He truly believes himself to be the cleverest, bravest, and most remarkable boy who ever lived. This self-assurance is both a strength and a weakness. It allows Peter to face dangers fearlessly and inspire others to follow him into adventure. However, it also leads him into reckless situations and causes him to underestimate his opponents, particularly Captain Hook. Peter's relationship with Captain Hook, the villainous pirate captain who serves as his arch-nemesis, is central to the story's conflict and provides insight into Peter's character. Their ongoing feud, which began when Peter cut off Hook's hand and fed it to a crocodile, is marked by a mix of animosity and begrudging respect. Peter delights in tormenting Hook, viewing their battles as great fun rather than life-or-death struggles. This attitude underscores Peter's inability to fully grasp the consequences of his actions, treating even mortal danger as just another game. Despite his perpetual youth, Peter displays remarkable leadership skills, serving as the de facto chief of the Lost Boys, a band of children who, like Peter, have fallen out of their prams and ended up in Neverland. Peter's charisma and adventurous spirit make him a natural leader, and the Lost Boys look up to him with a mixture of admiration and fear. However, Peter's leadership style is capricious and sometimes cruel, reflecting his childish nature. He thinks nothing of banishing or punishing Lost Boys who displease him, highlighting the darker aspects of a world run by children's rules. Peter's relationship with the island of Neverland itself is fascinating and complex. In many ways, Neverland seems to be an extension of Peter's psyche, a magical realm that responds to his whims and desires. The island is filled with all the elements of boyhood fantasy: pirates, mermaids, Native Americans, portrayed problematically by modern standards, and dangerous beasts. This symbiotic relationship between Peter and Neverland raises intriguing questions about the nature of the island and Peter's role as its eternal guardian and chief inhabitant. One of the most poignant aspects of Peter's character is his relationship with memory and the passage of time. Despite his eternal youth, Peter seems to have difficulty retaining memories, quickly forgetting people and events. This trait serves as a poignant metaphor for the fleeting nature of childhood and the way adults often lose touch with their youthful experiences. Peter's forgetfulness also adds a layer of tragedy to his character, as it means he's doomed to repeat the same patterns, unable to learn or grow from his experiences. Peter's skills as a fighter are considerable, showcasing his agility, quick reflexes, and natural talent for swordplay. His duels with Captain Hook are among the most thrilling sequences in the film, full of witty banter and daring acrobatics. Peter's fighting style is playful and taunting, treating combat more like a game than a serious confrontation. This approach often gives him an edge over more conventional opponents, as he's unpredictable and unbound by traditional rules of engagement. Despite his many admirable qualities, bravery, loyalty to his friends, and a zest for life, Peter Pan is not without his flaws. His refusal to grow up, while central to his charm, also makes him selfish, irresponsible, and emotionally immature. He can be cruel without realizing it, dismissing the feelings of others or putting them in danger for his own amusement. These negative traits add complexity to his character, making him more than just a one-dimensional symbol of childhood innocence. One of the most intriguing aspects of Peter Pan's character is the way he serves as a mirror for the audience's own feelings about growing up. For children, Peter represents the ultimate fantasy, a life of endless adventure and play, free from the rules and responsibilities of the adult world. For adults, Peter evokes a bittersweet nostalgia for lost youth and innocence, reminding us of the carefree days of childhood while also highlighting the necessity and value of maturation. Peter's impact on popular culture cannot be overstated. Since his creation, he has appeared in countless adaptations, reimaginings, and spin-offs across various media. From stage plays to live-action films, from children's books to adult-oriented retellings, Peter Pan continues to captivate audiences of all ages. His enduring popularity speaks to the universal appeal of his story and the timeless themes it explores. In the Disney animated film, Peter Pan is voiced by Bobby Driscoll, whose youthful, energetic performance brings the character to vibrant life. Driscoll's voice work captures Peter's cocky confidence, his playful spirit, and his moments of vulnerability with equal skill, creating a fully realized and memorable portrayal of the iconic character. The film's animation further enhances Peter's character with fluid movements that emphasize his agility and grace in flight. His expressions are particularly well rendered, from his cocky grin to his rare moments of surprise or concern. The animator's work brings Peter's larger-than-life personality to the screen in a way that has defined the character for generations of viewers. One of the most memorable aspects of Peter Pan in the Disney film is his iconic crow, a triumphant, cocky vocalization that perfectly encapsulates his character. This crow, along with Peter's flying poses and sword-fighting stances, has become instantly recognizable, inspiring countless imitations and parodies over the years. Peter's role in the story serves as a catalyst for the growth and development of the other characters, particularly Wendy. While Peter himself remains static, unable or unwilling to change, his presence forces Wendy to confront her own feelings about growing up. Through her adventures with Peter, Wendy comes to appreciate both the magic of childhood and the importance of embracing maturity, ultimately choosing to return home and face the challenges of growing up. The bittersweet ending of the film, with Peter watching as the darling children return to London, encapsulates the central tragedy of his character. While Wendy, John, and Michael have been changed by their experiences in Neverland, Peter remains the same, destined to repeat the cycle with new children in the future. This moment serves as a poignant reminder of the inevitability of growing up and the bittersweetness of childhood's end. Peter Pan's legacy extends far beyond the realm of fiction. The term Peter Pan syndrome has entered the psychological lexicon, describing adults who struggle with taking on mature responsibilities and maintaining grown-up relationships. This real-world impact underscores the power of Peter's character and the way he resonates with deep-seated human anxieties about aging and responsibility. In many ways, Peter Pan serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of refusing to grow up. While his eternal youth may seem appealing at first glance, the story ultimately suggests that true fulfillment comes from embracing the journey of life, with all its joys and sorrows, rather than trying to remain static in a state of perpetual childhood. At the same time, Peter Pan reminds us of the importance of maintaining a sense of wonder and playfulness even as we grow older. His character encourages us to hold onto the best parts of our childhood, imagination, enthusiasm, and a belief in magic, while still engaging with the world as mature, responsible adults. The enduring appeal of Peter Pan lies in this delicate balance between the allure of eternal youth and the necessity of growth. He represents both our deepest wishes to escape the burdens of adulthood and our understanding that such escape is ultimately impossible and undesirable. It is this tension that makes Peter Pan such a complex and fascinating character, one that continues to captivate audiences more than a century after his creation. In the end, Peter Pan remains one of the most beloved and enduring characters in children's literature and cinema. His adventures in Neverland have inspired generations of children to dream, imagine, and believe in magic. At the same time, his story serves as a poignant reminder to adults of the joys and sorrows of growing up, encouraging us to find a balance between the responsibilities of adulthood and the wonder of childhood. So, the next time you hear a child laugh or catch a glimpse of a star twinkling in the night sky, remember Peter Pan, the boy who wouldn't grow up, forever flying through the skies of our collective imagination, reminding us all of the magic that lies just beyond the second star to the right and straight on till morning. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe for more character profiles. Until next time, animation fans.